Here is video version and more strange facts. Mathematics is a language that humans use to describe reality and the universe. But if the nature of reality is shocking in cosmic horror, the logical conclusion is that studying it can lead to madness. Here are some viable candidates for scholars who looked into the abyss, and the abyss looked into them. Kurt Gödel, 1906-1978. Austrian-American mathematician, physicist, and philosopher. He dealt with, among others, a theory of relativity which in itself negates the image of the world that common sense dictates to us, deriving from it equations intended to prove the possibility of time travel. Toward the end of his life he went crazy, among other things believing someone was trying to poison him when his wife was hospitalized for a long time and was unable to taste his meals to prove the lack of poison. Gödel starved himself to death. Georg Cantor, 1845-1918. German mathematician, creator of set theory. Over time, he delved deeper into mysticism and claimed that mathematics could be used to reach conclusions about metaphysics. Some Christian Cantor himself considered himself a devout Christian. Philosophers of his time claimed that Cantor's mathematical theories were contrary to religious dogmas. It was something about proving the existence of an infinite being other than belief. I am not a mathematician. I don't really understand what is going on. Cantor was tormented by bouts of depression, sometimes so severe that they led to hospitalization. Ludwig Boltzmann, 1844-1906. Austrian physicist, pioneer of the kinetic theory of gases. He theorized the Boltzmann brain, a hypothetical self-aware entity that emerges from chaos to random fluctuations. Boltzmann proposed that we and our observed low-entropy world arose from a random fluctuation in a higher-entropy universe. He committed suicide by hanging. If our current level of organization, having many self-aware entities, is the result of random fluctuation, and it is much less likely to be so than a level of organization that produces only self-aware entities, then in any universe with the level of organization we see, there should be a huge number of solitary Boltzmann brains floating in unrecognized environments. In an infinite universe, the number of self-aware brains spontaneously, randomly emerging from chaos, along with false memories of life like ours, should far outweigh the number of real brains evolved in the observable universe, arising from unimaginably rare fluctuations. Did I understand it? Not really, but it sounds quite Lovecraftian. Self-aware beings emerging from chaos, our world, as a result of random processes taking place in the higher universe. It's easy to spin a cosmic horror out of it, and let's theorize that Boltzmann's suicide was due to the terrifying conclusions he had reached. Paul Ehrenfest, 1880-1930. Austrian-Dutch physicist. He researched the theory of relativity which, as I mentioned, very often leads to crazy conclusions about the nature of reality, and laid the foundations for quantum physics, which is even crazier. Toward the end of his life, he fell into severe depression and shot first his son and then himself. Grigory Perelman, 1966. The only still living member of this group, a Russian mathematician. He had a brilliant career in Russia and the USA. His greatest achievement was presenting evidence for the so-called Poincaré's hypothesis regarding the shape of the universe. Unexpectedly, in 2005, he left his job and broke off all contacts with the scientific community. And not only that, he stopped leaving his apartment, communicating only by phone or through the door. He consistently rejects all job offers and awards, including the Millennium Award, worth $1 million.